Jeff, Arizona Hot Homestead. I'm currently on the homestead. In fact, recorded live from the homestead. Well, duh. Of course it's recorded live. Anyhow, on my RV, off-grid. So this 45 watt solar panel kit is a Harbor Freight special. And I'm sure you've seen a million views of this, because everyone seems to have this. This seems to be the beginner's choice of solar panels. So let's look at the box. Here's the box. Okay, we're done. No. So in this box, you got 3 15 watt panels and a charge controller that will, it's got USB and a couple of DC outlets, like a 3 volt, 6 volt, 12 volt. And there's a light kit involved. The inverter is sold separately. And you see the size of the panels. So they're not too big, 1 foot by 3 foot. That round thing, I didn't get that, but you can add to it and run different stuff off of the solar. We're going to go over this stuff here because this is what's in the box. Now what I like about this actually is it comes with a little stand. Can't forgive the lighting, it's very windy outside. I'm in my barn, and so the lighting may not be perfect, but this stand is just a PVC type of stand. It's gray. It's got some hardware, some wing nuts and a bolt that goes through to put it all together. Those holes that are in there are holes for the panels. There's another bolt and wing nut that goes through that, goes through the panel and goes through that, and a wing nut on the back. A low center support. Very basic. You could obviously build one yourself. There's a leg. So these are, you can adjust these. If you notice right here, the multiple holes in the center there. Well, that's because you can't adjust it. So as the sun goes up and down or whatever, you can easily adjust it. Comes in the box. See how this comes out? Comes in a box, so it kind of gives you directions on how to put it together. So that's pretty cool. And again, hopefully the lighting is okay. So here's the panel. There's your end there. And that piece I was telling you that goes on to that guy right there is right there. So push the bolt through there, and then on the back side of this you put your wing nut. But that's only 1 by 3. There's only one there. The other 2 are still in the box. See see right there? They're sitting there in the foam. But here's my charge controller that came with it. I'm going to show the back side first. So that obviously goes to the battery. That obviously comes in from the solar panels. And that centerpiece there is a fuse. You've got your on-off button there. Your LED, so you know what your volts cut coming in. There's your USB. If you had an inverter plugs in right there. There's your 3 volt, 6 volt, couple 12 volt outputs. And then you got your 12 volt cigarette lighter type, your auxiliary. These 2 12 volt DC outputs, those are mainly for, they could be for anything, but they're mainly for this guy right here. Because this is a light. Fairly long cord. It's not an LED light. It's a fluorescent, but is that coming out there for you? But it's kind of nice. It comes with a couple of lights. There's another set right there. The bulb in the box and the cable. Your 3 panels connect up to here. Each panel goes into each piece of wire. Brings all 3 together. Comes out 1. So then it gets plugged in right there. And I don't know how long this cord is, but it's good length. You can get to the end here. And then you just have those guys there, which went into right there. So they make it easy to go to your battery. You have pretty much the same thing. You have these guys here, plugs in there, right, for your battery. And what's interesting is they went with just these standard clips to clip onto your batteries. I'm sure you can cut these and hardwire it in or do whatever you want, but this actually makes the system, outside of its overall weight and bulkiness, makes it pretty portable. Here's the screws that we were using, or the bolts and the wing nuts. Pretty simple to pull them together. They gave you plenty of hardware. Like I said, I got to use these here to put the panels on. This guy here is just an extra deal. You can see he's got multiple plugs and each one is slightly different to cover your different types of devices. And that guy there would go into your 3 or your 6 volt right there. So that's the unboxing of the Harbor Freight solar panels. So here we got your charge controller. That was A. B is your battery clamp cable, extension cable, your 3-in-1 splitter. That was that multi-adapter. Then you got your solar panels in the frame, and then your lights. These are accessories. Different charge controller, or a charge controller, which is different than this one. That's that round thing I showed you earlier, the universal connector. They have little batteries, a little power inverter. What I'm going to be using this for is, I got it because I could use it eventually for the chicken coop to keep some lighting and maybe to keep the water from freezing. I could run the power off of this and just have a single battery probably. But right now what I am going to do is I'm going to temporarily hook it up to my RV battery so that during the day it's charging my battery, and then what little use I use in the evening, well, I'll use it out then. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using a generator to charge my batteries, and I eventually want to go do the solar and have the solar charging the batteries, and then eventually have my complete solar system that will run everything off of it. So, but right now this is a temporary fix. This should give me some power for a while. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. And Jeff, Arizona Hot Homestead. I sleep in that RV off grid.